Hey guys! So today's video is actually going to be part one of a two-part video series I'm doing featuring the autumn version of the Art Bento Box. Now, if you don't know what the Art Bento Box is, it's very similar to something like a Sketchbox or other subscription-based art boxes, but it is seasonal instead of monthly, and it is purchased through an Etsy shop. And this box in particular is specifically for more mixed media type projects. This box is no longer available, but I will leave links to both the Etsy shop and the next season's box in the description of this video. Now, in this video, in part one of this series, I'm simply doing an unboxing. I'm breaking into it and really trying to see everything I have to work with. And in the second part of this series, I will actually be using the supplies that I received. So without further ado, let's get into the unboxing. So here is the Art Bento Box, and as you can see, I have not opened it yet. I thought for the best reveal I should leave that for doing on camera. I have actually purchased a couple of these boxes in the past, and I've always really enjoyed them. It has been a couple of seasons since I bought the last one though, and I've never made videos out of them. So I thought that doing a little unboxing would be a lot of fun, and then you would be able to see where these supplies I will most likely be using on this channel in the future came from. So let's break into it. Something I also want to mention that I've always thought is really cute is this little, I believe it's a stamp. Alright, first things first, this little card I'm gonna set aside and look out later. Alright, I'm so excited. Okay. So first things first, we have this Blick matte acrylic paint in the color Yellow Light. And even though this isn't necessarily a color I would probably pick for myself, I do like it. Additionally, I have actually considered purchasing this particular paint before because I have the Blick Studio acrylic and I've always really enjoyed working with it, and I always wondered what their craft paint was like. Plus, allegedly, it's matte, and for those of us who do mixed media where we want to draw or write over the top, it's hard to find matte paints that let you do that. So that will be interesting and fun to try out. I believe this was probably wrapped at one point, but I like this tissue paper. Not really Halloween, but it could work very well for Halloween, which I like. And I have definitely always used and saved the tissue paper from these Art Bento boxes. So I'm gonna open this one next, I think. We have a Pitt Pastel pencil by the Faber-Castell brand. And this looks like a kind of darkish pink color. I'm gonna try this out really quick. Ooh, that's fun. Comes across as more orange on the paper, but I like that color a lot. And a Pitt Artist pen in Cobalt Turquoise 153. And this is huge. It's a big brush pen. I have the tiny ones in gray tones, but I don't have any huge ones like this. So that will be interesting to try out. Now I guess I'll take the little ephemera packages. Oh, this is fun. Oh, what's this? Okay, starting with this. Ooh, it's like, okay. Okay, wait, hold on. So that's fun. I'm gonna read this later. It looks like it's talking about a sculptor, and the front has really cool photographs on it. And these are really cool. These are pieces of watercolor paper that have postcard printing on the back of them. So you can paint your own postcards. And I actually primarily use Strathmore brand watercolor paper, so if this is anything like the 140-pound watercolor paper I use, I can vouch for this. What do we want to do next? I'm going to do this one. Little pieces of paper. So there's this one. Has this gold reflective surface on it, and this is an interesting textured paper. It's this one, which almost looks hand painted. This one with the interesting textures in it. I don't know if you can see that on camera. This one is interesting. Again, definitely not something I would typically buy for myself, but it is interesting. This one is actually embossed, it looks like. There is this one. I like this one a lot. That is something I would probably buy. And this one has more of a silvery color on it, and I really like that color a lot. So there's that little pack, and on to the final little section. This little bat. I love that. I will use that. This little skull. Ooh, it's even more detailed than I thought. All of its little teeth are cut out. It's kind of hard to see on camera, I think. But I think you can kind of see. This little piece of paper that has a little crab and a starfish. I like that. That's fun. I don't know what it is, but it's got a nice little border on it. Be fun to put something in the middle there. Like, I don't know if I have anything laying around or not. Oh, I was working on this earlier. I cut that out. That could be interesting. I love this. This is a little piece of cardboard that has just the number 7 on it, and it has some wear and tear and distress, which is really cool. This is a check. That's cool. This is a page from what looks to be a book on algebra. A fun fact about me is I've always been a very big fan of math. Math has always been my favorite subject in school, and I've always just been very intrigued by numbers. So that is very fitting and interesting. I like this. I don't know what it is, but I like it. This reminds me of the letter charts that tell you how little you can see. And this final little piece of ephemera looks like it was a timesheet, right? What is this? It looks like it was something for work, but I could be wrong about that. I'm not sure about that. If anybody knows what this is, about whether I was right or wrong, you should let me know. So let me collect all of the little bits and pieces up here. Look at our little menu here for a second. Pearlized ginkgo green handmade paper. I believe that was the one I was looking at and really liking. This one. Gold foil and deep orange handmade paper. That may have been this one. Strathmore watercolor postcard. Already kind of talked about those. Letterpress mini card ocean. I believe that would be this. And the rest of it, it looks like I kind of already talked about. Now this art rules card, is that this? Make art as modern artists do. Try out the artistic concept or technique on your art rules card. Each card is inspired by modern art ideas to encourage your creative impulses. Interesting. Just threw this card. I'm very intrigued by all of this. What I've always been interested in with boxes of any kind, whether it be a sketch box or something like the Art Bento box, which is more mixed media, it tends to be things that you don't buy for yourself or you wouldn't buy for yourself. Of course, there may be a few exceptions, but for the most part, I've always found these types of boxes that are curated by other people to be very interesting to work with for that reason. So now that I've kind of showed off the supplies a little bit, I think what I might do is actually make another video, and in that video, create something with these supplies. Or at least some of them. I just want to try to incorporate some of them into my art journal pages and see what I can come up with when using supplies that someone else gave to me. I want to apologize if I sound a little tired. It is much later than I typically record videos, and I am tired. So there's that. I hope you guys enjoyed this little unboxing type video, and if you would like me to do this again with another Art Bento box, maybe when I'm a little more awake, I would definitely love to do that for you guys. Thank you all so much for watching. You can subscribe to see more videos like this or very different from this in the future, including potentially a video where I use some of these supplies. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.